for help, but they're told they went to the wrong location.
Courtny Gerrish shows us why some rape victims get the runaround in southeast Wisconsin. Courtney.
While in emotional distress, rape victims in need of specialized care may be asked to get into a cab and go somewhere else for help. Now one mother is speaking out, hoping to change the system.
She realized she had only a shirt on, no shoes, nothing else.
Her daughter was raped, and since that horrible day, this Waukesha County mother has been pushing for change.
We don't have what it takes to help all of the victims.
Victims going to hospitals for help, not realizing the specialized care they need isn't available everywhere. What happens next, some call shocking.
And now you need to ride in this lonely, dingy cab to get to another hospital.
8 years ago, Kathleen's then 15-year-old daughter was raped. The case made headlines.
She was taken to a home, they gang raped her, they intoxicated her, they threw her out in a park.
This family was thrown into a system Kathleen calls broken. One thing Kathleen and other activists want changed is how many hospitals offer specialized care. What many people don't know, there are only 2 places in the Milwaukee area, downtown, here at Aurora Sinai, and then also out at Aurora West Allis. Both hospitals staff a sexual assault nurse examiner program, or SANE. These nurses go through special training to provide care that's key to collecting evidence and to the emotional recovery of the victim. But again, these nurses are at only 2 hospitals.
And that's great if you know where to go.
Sexual assault prevention activist Michelle Standerreimer believes if victims have to go to a second location, many of them won't.
If they've taken the step to come forward and we have pushed them back in any way, shape, or form, that's a failure.
And what some call shocking, victims being put in cabs to take them to a SANE hospital.
A cab driver is not someone who's there to comfort you right after you've been the victim of sexual violence.
Debbie Donovan agrees. She coordinates a sexual assault treatment center at Aurora Sinai. She's also a sexual assault nurse examiner.
Most programs have a challenge keeping a full staff.
Even though SANE is growing in Wisconsin, it's still impossible to staff every hospital. These nurses go through a lot of training. It's emotional work, and there's a high turnover rate.
We know the impact of trauma, and that's what our victims are exposed to. Certainly rubs off on those of us doing the work.
With SANE nurses only at 2 hospitals in the Milwaukee area, Donovan points out a free cab ride is an option. They also give victims other choices, like a police escort. But for Kathleen, whose daughter is still recovering, it's not enough.
Every time I hear her story, I always wonder, how are they being taken care of?
Well, there are some hospitals in the Milwaukee area that have rape kits, but again, only 2 are staffed by sexual assault nurse examiners. And for resources and a look at sexual assault statistics in Wisconsin, you can go to our website, today's TMJ4.com.
It would be nice to have more resources at hospitals themselves.
It would.
Thank you, Courtney.